We've talked about spoofing, ladder attacks, dark pools, and failure to delivers. Now, let's talk about the bigger question. How do we stop it? Today, I'm breaking down the real solutions regulators could use to fix this broken system and what retail can actually do to push for change. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan, for those of you joining for the first time today. All right, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button so that we can continue to build this community and get the word out there about what we need to do to continue down this path of AMC while we wait for MOAS to come. All right, guys, let's get into the video. All right, the first thing that we have to do is we have to be real with ourselves. Retail can't pass laws or set SEC rules. But here's what should happen. Spoofing enforcement. Require large orders to rest for minimum times so they can't just vanish. That would be like step number one when you're talking about spoofing. Dark pool limits. Cap how much retail flow can be routed off exchange and force more trades onto the lit market. Another one that's been being pushed for a long time, is to ban or reform the payment for order flow. Brokers shouldn't profit by selling our orders to wholesalers like Citadel. Also, cracking down on failure to delivers. When we're talking about chronic fails to deliver, shouldn't be reset endlessly, okay? They should be penalized and resolved. It shouldn't take forever for these things to happen. The penalties should be real. The penalties should be bigger so that the institutions, the market makers, they want to not do it. That's another thing. And I think one thing that we've always been pushing for is transparency in order routing, okay? Retail deserves to know exactly where their orders go. These are fixes regulators could enforce tomorrow if they had the will. Retail investors can't flip a switch and can't make these reforms happen, but lawmakers do respond to pressure when enough people demand action. That's where we come in. So what can we actually do? We can document manipulation. That's an easy one. You can take screenshots, video clips, data, anything you have to help build the case because evidence matters. Report to the SEC. Even if it feels small, it builds a record. And join SEC comment periods. When new rules are proposed, join in. Let them know what you think and what needs to be changed on the rule so that better enforcement happens. And the most important thing is to contact your elected officials. That's why I put together a letter that you can copy, personalize, and send to your state senators and representatives. It highlights the problems, spoofing, dark pools, payment for order flow, failure to delivers, and calls for real reforms. One letter is easy to ignore, but thousands are not. I told you guys I would read the letter that I wrote to the to my state senators, to my representatives, and I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm also going to post it in the description of the video so you guys can copy paste it and we can send out as many letters as we can get out there so that we can try to make some real change happen. It's the only thing that we can do as retail because like I said before, we can't change the laws. We can't write new ones. We can't write new rules, but this is what we can do. So I'm going to read you my letter. Subject: urgent need for oversight of market manipulation in U.S. equity markets. Dear your senator or representative, I'm writing to you as a concerned retail investor regarding ongoing market manipulation in the U.S. equity markets, specifically as it relates to AMC Entertainment Holdings, ticker AMC, and other heavily shorted securities. Millions of retail investors have observed repeated patterns of manipulative practices, including spoofing and fake orders. These are large orders appear on the order book to mislead traders, only to vanish before execution. Short ladder attacks. Coordinated selling platforms artificially drive prices down without reflecting natural supply and demand. Internalization and dark pools. Retail orders are routinely routed off exchange, preventing them from impacting transparent price discovery. Failure to delivers. Short sellers repeatedly fail to deliver shares on settlement dates, suppressing prices while obligations are delayed or reset. Payment for order flow. Brokers profit by selling order flow to wholesalers, often at the expense of true best execution for retail. These tactics undermine investor confidence, distort price discovery, and raise questions about the integrity of U.S. markets. I respectfully urge your office to enforce penalties for spoofing and layering by requiring large orders to rest on the book for minimum times. Limit the percentage of retail orders that can be routed to dark pools and require greater transparency in order routing. Reform or eliminate payment for overflow practices that incentivize brokers to prioritize profits over fairness. Crack down on chronic failures to deliver with meaningful penalties and stricter settlement enforcement. Increase transparency and accountability for how market makers, brokers, and hedge funds interact in off-exchange trading. Collectively, these reforms would restore transparency, fairness, and confidence in the U.S. equity markets. Retail investors are not asking for an advantage, only a level playing field where supply and demand, not hidden practices, determine stock prices. Thank you for your time and leadership on this important matter. Sincerely, your name. All right, guys, there's my letter. I urge you to go into the description, copy it, change the names, the words, however you see fit. Just keep the same basic format so that we can get a large amount of these letters sent out to all of our different congressmen. That is going to be one way that we can make a change. The system is stacked, but exposing manipulation is step one. Step two is demanding change. Retail may not control the rules, but together we can push lawmakers to act. If you want to use the letter I showed in this video, do it. It's only going to help us, guys. We can't do it alone. We can work together. We've been working together on this for years now, and we're not going to stop. We're not going to let them win because we're just being complacent and not doing anything. So let's make a difference. Let's get out there. Let's do that. And guys, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Let me know in the comments what videos you want me to make. If there's something that I haven't touched on that you want to see, let me know, and I'll put it in the queue of making videos. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay motivating, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.